Hello, and welcome to the Base, Big and Small Screens. This week, I'd like to talk to you about Suicide Squad. That's right, the brand new movie from DC Universe that's hitting theaters. Um, there's been quite a bit of a kerfuffle about it, apparently. There's a lot of people going on about how it's not very good, um, how this, that, and the other thing. There's a lot of things being cited. I've been poking my head at some of the reviews after seeing the movie. Um, Even one of the film critics that I usually respect the opinion of, and I still respect his opinion. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not, but I usually his opinions is what I'm trying to say. His opinions and my opinions tend to be along the same lines. They tend to run parallel to each other quite a bit that I've found, which is why he's a critic that if I'm not sure about a movie, I will check out his take on it. And there's been a lot of people saying that the movie sucks, it's not good. There was all kinds of problems with the storyline, the script, the pacing, even the music in the film not being used the way music should be used, story being disjointed, characterizations being wrong and acting out of character, and all kinds of stuff. I've heard all kinds of things. I've even heard, or read, I should say, a review about basically focusing on the fact that the movie is terribly sexist towards women, citing Harley Quinn, her abusive relationship with the Joker, other female characters. What's his El Diablo. There's a flashback with his wife. There's some dialogue between characters towards women, and there's a lot of stuff. And I can't disagree with any of those opinions. I can't disagree with them because I watched the movie, I saw all those things. Especially in retrospect when I was thinking back on it, going, yeah, I can see that. I can see where they're coming from. I understand that 100%. However, all that being said, uh, and I will say I am no expert, I am no movie reviewer, I don't really do any of that stuff. But I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself sitting down to watch it because I think one of the reasons why I find that I tend to enjoy movies a lot of the time, there are very few movies that I have actually seen that I have not enjoyed to one extent or the other. If I don't enjoy a movie, I don't watch it. I'll generally know ahead of time that I'm not going to enjoy it, so I don't seek it out. And there's been very few times that I've started watching a movie and been like, I'm not enjoying myself, so I'm going to shut it off or I'm going to leave the theater. Um, that's happened very rarely over the years. And I will say this about Suicide Squad: it doesn't do a lot that's new. Uh, it travels the same type of story arc overall that we've seen in other action movies before, even possibly in other comic book movies before, but I don't think exactly. But there's a lot that's in there. It's all been done before, and there's even movies out there where certain things that have been done in this movie before, they've been done in other movies better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Me personally, when I was going into it, I was going into it going, I want to see the live action movie version of the Suicide Squad. I want to see those characters up on screen. I want to see Amanda Waller and Harley Quinn and Deadshot, Killer Croc and Captain Boomerang. I want to see those characters up on the screen. I want to see the actors portraying them. And I was really interested to see the new Joker. Was he as good as Heath Ledger's Joker? No. Uh, was he as good as Jack Nicholson's Joker? No. I'm going to say no. Cesar Romero, I haven't really watched much of the Cesar Romero Joker, but that was a completely different time, a completely different style of TV, filmmaking, and whatnot. So I can't really relate to that. But was he a good Joker? yes, for the type of Joker that they're telling, that they're portraying him as, I thought Jared Leto did a quite a good job. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed his very laconical, unpredictable, but still sane. Just a little bit hardcore, a little bit more willing to push the boundaries. Now, the scene, the one scene with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn was fantastic. Will Smith as Deadshot, absolutely fantastic. Loved both of those characters. Loved the guy playing Killer Croc. The fact that he went through all that prosthetic makeup to make it more realistic instead of doing CGI, that was fantastic and it paid off. Um, don't know much about El Diablo. His character was interesting. I liked it. I kind of liked the almost redemption that was going on with him. Captain Boomerang was Captain Boomerang. He's kind of the roguish personality, the type of guy who you expect to stab you in the back, so you're not really surprised when he does. Amanda Waller, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, was fantastic as a character. Even I don't know much about June Moon, the Enchantress, and the Flag guy. I don't know much about those two characters, but they both portrayed quite well. I enjoyed those characters. I enjoyed the character arcs being played out on the screen. Uh, the main story as to why they were there, I was less interested in. It was it was only there to serve the purpose of getting them on the screen, of getting them doing something, rather than being stuck in their cells. I know some people were saying that the only the only reason that the Suicide Squad had a mission to go on was because it was formed in the first place, and one of the one of their members went rogue and caused all the problem. That I understand. I'm sad I didn't get to see more of the Katana lady. She looks interesting. I'd love to see a movie just all about her. That would be fantastic. Um, but yes, there's a lot of things being said around it. And I know there was one particular reviewer that I read that talked about the abusive relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker, and how it was played out on screen. And I can understand 100% abusive relationships, that sort of thing. Um, that sort of thing is not. It's not something that can be that should be tolerated in reality. But as a plot device, as an element of a story, as an element of somebody's character, it's something that I personally can um, not overlook, but I can understand why it's there. And the simple fact is that Harley Quinn and the Joker, that has always been part of that dynamic. So how you could have those two on the screen, even for as little time as the Joker is on the screen in this movie, the fact that Harley Quinn's relationship is all there, you can't have those two together and not broach that subject. You can't, because it's part of their relationship. Now, that being said, I didn't quite get the vibe off of the movie that the Joker and Harley Quinn did have an abusive relationship, not according to what I've seen on screen so far. Because this movie is the first time that this Joker and this Harley Quinn, that Harley Quinn period, has been on the big screen. And their interactions, I have not really seen anything to that jumps out at me as being, this is abusive. I mean, yes, there was the part in the movie, which everybody's seen in the trailers, where Jared Leto's got the electroshock paddles and is looming over her, and he says he's going to hurt her real bad. Um, and it kind of cuts away from that, implying that he gave her, electroshock therapy when she probably didn't need it. So there is that there. But considering Harley Quinn's origin has always been that the Joker has messed up her mind, uh, in one degree or another, I kind of I kind of accept that it's there because it has to be. If I'm making any sense, I'm probably not, but I hope I am, because to me it looks the part that, yeah, this is something that has to be in the backstory, because otherwise, how could she be? Because she was a normal person, if a little bit skewed, up until that point. Then the Joker wins her over. Uh, you know, does the electroshock therapy, messes up her brain chemistry in that manner. So I kind of get that it's there. I understand that and accept it. Everything else in the movie doesn't really portray him as being abusive to her that I saw. There was a scene in a club in a flashback where the Joker is basically like offering her to some gang member, and that was mentioned in the article that I had read as well. And I can see how that would be the case. But when I was watching it, even though I know all about Harley Quinn and the Joker, not all, but I know a fair bit about them. I really like the characters. I like the dynamic that goes on. So I love those characters. I know a fair bit about them. So when I was watching that scene, I didn't get that feeling. I didn't get the feeling that he was loaning her out. He was basically giving her to this other gang member as, his property to do with as he pleases. I didn't get that feeling because I got the feeling that the Joker did it because he knew the guy would either accept and then he could kill him, or that he wouldn't accept, which would offend Harley, which then means he could kill him. It was a setup to me from the entire beginning. That's what I thought that scene was. That's how it played off to me. Now I could be wrong. That could not be the way it was intended at all. But just the way the scene was set up, where it happened almost immediately after a line from Amanda Waller's character, where she said that Harley and the Joker were the king and queen of Gotham, and God help anyone who disrespected the queen. Then this scene happened, so it kind of played off to me as being a complete setup on the Joker's part, that he wanted that to happen. So I don't know. It's just my opinion. But I didn't get that feeling that there was an abusive relationship really going on. I don't know. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, it was just a cool movie. I enjoyed so much about it. Just watching and seeing all of the fun stuff on screen. I'm kind of I'm kind of sad that they got Slipknot. There was a guy in there, apparently a Native American, I believe, the actor and the character, and they brought him in, even though he wasn't really introduced much. And as soon as he shows up and they call him Slipknot, the man who can climb anything, I immediately thought to myself, he's going to die soon. He's not going to make it very far into this movie. They're probably going to kill him off to demonstrate that the bombs are real, that they've stuck in their neck. And that's exactly what happened. So I, I saw that part coming pretty easily. And it kind of made me sad because I'm like, why would you bother including him then? Why not just have some rando who's good at climbing or who's good at something else? Just have some rando that you can kill. Why actually go through the trouble of doing that? I don't know. Apparently, there's been a bunch of things. Now, the story, yeah, it's definitely kind of disjointed a little bit. I didn't mind it so much. I could follow what was happening. I understood. Uh, there was one bit that kind of threw me a little bit, and I'm like, why is this even? I don't understand. So, but whatever. I got the most enjoyment of the movie just watching the characters. And that's kind of the only reason that I went in the first place, was to see these characters and to enjoy them. So yeah, that's my take on Suicide Squad and some of the things in and around it. Whether or not you agree with me or not, that is your own opinion and your own choice. Just as everybody's entitled to their opinion. So, if you if you are really interested to see the characters of the Suicide Squad up on the big screen, I would check this movie out because I don't think you'll be disappointed. The acting's quite good. Even though a lot of people don't seem to like Jared Leto, I didn't mind him as a Joker. I liked this version. It's interesting. It's new. It's something that we haven't really seen before on the big screen. So I'm definitely down for that. So, as always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well, if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. Usually try and get at least one video out a week, if not more. And throw a comment in the comment section. What did you think about the Suicide Squad? Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Uh, is it, if you have seen it, how are the El Diablo character? I haven't seen him. I don't know much about him. Was his character in keeping with things? I liked his character in particular. It was kind of interesting and a neat little redemption for him, at least, that he put himself out like that. So I kind of like that. So yes, do all that. And until next time, my friends, you all take care and check out Suicide Squad. You might like it. And I'll see you next time.